finished the laundry, took a shower, changed my clothes, thank God. Oh yeah, what happened to that magazine? Didn't I put one of those in the basket?
Thought so. But then I thought you took it out instead of reading it.
Yeah, anyways. The monthly like newsletter and you just read. How on earth? Like, how on earth would you possibly have people laying on the fucking ground outside? So, anyways, right, just like I said, all due respect, the only thing that could possibly be logical to be true is that there's a great dying off going on and those people won't keep cycling back here. That's, and clearly they know it, right? Like, not all of them are mean, but they're gonna get what they get till they take their last breath. So just I don't know. I would assume something actually happened and someone was shot in Harvard. I explained someone actually punched me that was also on a bicycle. No clue. Just a complete stranger, just going the wrong way in a bike path. I'm walking on a pedestrian sidewalk, literally just punched me. Not this, something must have been going on, right? Just insane people. Well, hopefully, whoever it was that shot someone, they caught that person and they go into confinement, right? They go into some sort of confinement, whatever that is. That's up to your society to decide what happens there. But something that confines that person and they're no longer outside out in society bothering people. There does come a point in time when you're too sick to be allowed out like that. As weird as that sounds, that's why people get institutionalized. I would assume it's not a homeless person. I don't know how a homeless person would get a firearm. Okay, just I would definitely assume that's not a homeless person. Just like a lot of the crime that goes on, and not actual homeless people doing that. Yes, I don't see homeless people really committing crimes. I just don't. Sometimes people try to make up crimes, like they jumped a train and didn't pay, or they stole food. Yeah, like sometimes people try to make up a crime, but I really don't see homeless people committing crimes. So you had that one dude that tried to murder my husband, so it does happen occasionally. So probably that's probably the gist of if there are homeless people committing crimes, it's probably violent crimes because those people in themselves need to be confined. They're not free spirits. You shouldn't be denying a person like that housing because then you can put an ankle bracelet on him if you don't want to put him in jail for attempted murder and he stays where he is. right? You can have food ordered in. You don't even have to go out. So I don't think they're sending me a secret message, but in terms of like topic ideas, um, yeah, I think unless there's some reason, it becomes difficult with freedom. Okay, but that's why it's all screwed up. You have to first approve every stipend and then have that conversation. Okay? Because and there has to be freedom somewhere for those people to go to, not you force us hostage in a city where freedom can't take place because there isn't anywhere to set up a tent. Okay? So that you have to release the hostages. You have to give them a choice to hightail it the hell out of Massachusetts when you don't want tents here. Okay. Then you've got to have another area where at least they, if you insist they pay you, they have money to pay it and they can camp there and be free. That's as free as you're going to be right now during the Passover because you absolutely refuse to house us. So if that eliminates any made up confusion about some people want to be free, some people don't want to use their money to pay rent and stuff. Okay. Right. But you need that money to leave here. No one's telling you you have to pay rent, but you need the money to get out of a city where people aren't living free like that. Right. Just until that time, you've got to stop it with telling people they can't be places. You absolutely have to. Now, there is a shelter that's a lottery system, so they know if people applied because I'm sure they give those names to the police. Okay, so they know who's applied to the shelter and then they know who's in and not. So I advise everybody to at least apply for this lottery, even if you actually don't really want to go in there, which I hate to say it, I'm not understanding why you wouldn't. It's not like the other shelters. Okay. You don't even have to be until 11. You have to be sober. You can't bring drugs and alcohol in there, and you can't go in there intoxicated. Um, and then you can go in as early as 7 p.m. Okay, so it's nothing like the other shelters. You have your own space, your own bed, your own storage, your own lock on your things. They feed you. So I guess then you could start having a conversation about what to do about it with the people that somehow refuse services. Okay. That's the services. Okay, because they will not give these people, including myself, housing. Right. If you give people housing and they refuse to go in it, okay, then you've got to watch out for people like these criminally deranged people at Father Bill's place, because that's got to be another place that's going to lose their funding. So, right, be prepared for that. If that's a shelter that's got 200 people in it and they close it, those 200 people will be out in the street. Okay. Some of those people do collect Social Security. So, again, why haven't you just left Massachusetts when it's that expensive? It's clear they're not going to give you housing. Like, what's going on? You're not living on DTA cash. Why do you refuse to leave the state? Um, because it becomes clearly something's going on with you mentally. Everyone knows it's not fair. Everyone knows, like, my house is in Florida. Am I on the street in Orlando? No. Right. Like, because it's too dangerous and disgusting there. That's why I've gone there twice since I was forced out of my house. It's too disgusting and dangerous for me to be there. That's why it's worse there than here. And even though it's warm, okay, you just go with other people and plan to sleep outside and then leave in the when summertime. Don't stay there in the summertime. There's no services and stuff like there is up here. Even Albuquerque, unless it's changed, is better actually than Massachusetts too. So that goes along with having the ability to leave. They literally shut my food card off. Yeah, why do you think I came back here from New Mexico? So anyway, the Father Bill's criminals. Okay. You have to go into that place in Roadway and then go, okay, so you offered her this when you know she's married, and at the time she was going to college in Boston, and you offered her this. Okay. What's the two other things you offered her? You said that you offered her, she'd been offered several things. What's the several things she was offered? You tried to move her to a hotel away from her husband the day he was coming into the shelter, and you wouldn't send him there. That's not housing, that's part of your shelter. So, what's the several things? Okay. I've been trying to get you people defunded since 2020. It's been a long 5, almost 6, because I feel I'm partly responsible and other homeless people for you people getting so much funding, and then you're still doing what you're doing. So I've been trying to get you, when I realized how sick you people were during COVID, I've been trying to get you defunded before you can stop people from leaving there, because it's not going to harm them. They're not going to be starved. Even though you tried to tell them that when they were at that hotel, you're that criminally insane. I didn't forget what I saw in 2021 and 2022. So, anyways, um, right. And I was in one of your rooming houses, and that was equally as insane. And you forced me out of there because I wouldn't just leave. Okay. Both times, the hotel and the thing, 3 weeks and knocking on doors and stuff, like you think that that's a holiday and stuff. You're just outwardly grossly insane. So, anyways, a married woman isn't taking one of those things. On top of, why the fuck would I live in that? I had a whole fucking house. Who the fuck cares? Even if you kidnapped all my children, it's called alimony, and I owned the house. I wasn't some guy's fucking concubine. My credit was used to buy that house. I was on the fucking deed. So, anyways, not I went from public housing to the elderly disabled housing when my children aged out. So, anyways, just a lot of. Oh, I'm gonna have to shut it off. Yeah, I was gonna too. I'll wait till she comes.